My daggum internet sucks out here. Are you serious? Can you even hear me? I swear, this fucking YouTube sucks. StreamYard sucks. YouTube sucks. All of it sucks. They're censoring me. They're shadow banning me. And y'all are saying y'all can't hear this. Poor old Ouija's panting her butt off. Yeah, this YouTube Google slash deadgum StreamYard bullcrap just doesn't cut it. Oh, I need to add in AT&T, the sorriest cell service you can get. God, man, they sure love to charge for that sorry shit. But y'all missed the beginning. When I was trying, look, this joker pulled me over. I sat there, I put my wrist on top of the steering wheel with my fingers sprayed out like that. You know what I mean? And when he let me get into my wallet, my phone was sitting there beside me, so I grabbed it and I started to set up a live stream because I don't have enough memory for video. It'd been so much easier just to hit camera and video, but you know, I might get 30 seconds and I know I need at least an hour. But anyhow, I was setting up a live stream and that cop goes, "Oh, you calling your mommy?" I looked at him and laughed. I go, "No, I'm putting you on YouTube. We are live streaming now." I said, "Smile for the camera," and I set the camera up in the dash. But it didn't pick up none of that. It waits to that point where it started about me and the groceries. And I mean, I'm like, you ain't got nothing better to do. You can't get some real criminals out here. You're going to stop somebody who's coming from the grocery store. I mean, come on, man. corn pot wouldn't stand for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of it. That's part of being a targeted individual. People want to claim they're targeted. Be me for a minute. I'll give you another incidence of targeting. I'm sitting there one day. I'm doing my own private tailgate party. I got the Wi-Fi. I got the Bluetooth connected to the Bluetooth speaker from my telephone. You know, I'm sitting there listening to some tunes, and all of a sudden, I've never heard the speaker say this. It says Bluetooth enabled, and it got quiet. You know, and I could hear the plane above me. And it wasn't an airplane that people fly in. It was a damn drone. Evidently, they I don't know how they did it, but they knocked out my Bluetooth. They tried getting into my phone signal. I don't know what they did, but they knocked out the Bluetooth. And that little and it hung around for a while. That's being targeted. All right. Yeah, we've all got PTSD thanks to this administration, illegitimate administration we have because of Fauci and all them. Yeah, we all got PTSD. I've seen more mask wearing motherfuckers out here in the last few days than I've seen in a while. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, when did this start? It's like over 2 years now, right? And these MFers are still wearing masks. I mean, come on. I mean, it's ridiculous, y'all. It's totally ridiculous. Oh yeah, hello, bang bang. How you doing? I just, I'm in one of them dead gum. I don't, man. I'm sick of YouTube, man. I put up 4 videos in a 4-hour span, but just for one day, and I can't get a total amount of views to equal one regular view of one regular, video. I don't get it, man. It's just, I mean, I put up one that's 8 seconds long. It's showing these half-mile long contrails that are going every which way in front of the sun. They're only a half-mile long. That's the only spot in the sky that makes contrails. And then I'm watching these contrails sit there and turn into like some sort of cloud formation. Nothing natural that I've ever seen, but they kind of turn into clouds, look like cloud formations. So my problem is if what I film is a half-mile long and there's 7 or 8 of them all zigzagged everywhere in front of the sun are considered contrails, and those contrails later on turn into cloud formations, at what point do we define clouds as clouds due to contrails? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this out. YouTube, you banner putting up motherfuckers, man. I'm sick of them. You want to come up, bang bang? If you don't, I ain't gonna drop no link, because man, I don't know. This could be the last time. I ain't lying. I'm so sick of YouTube. I mean, when you, I don't get it. I mean, I ain't. Look, the only reason I worry about views is because if I'm not getting views, people aren't saying the truth. You know what I mean? Jim Davison, how you doing? But yeah, people ain't viewing the truth. People ain't Look, the way I do it, I just put the video out. You make up your mind what you are seeing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you what you're saying. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole problem, man. All these people have been so indoctrinated into sitting there believing they need to be told what they need to, understand. They need to be told that, hey, I'm sick. The doctor says that I've got this. And then that allows your mind to manifest whatever it is the doctor said you got. Simple. Simple. So dead good. Hey, hit that like button, people. I'm losing it. Could be a little bit of this pineapple upside down express cake. I don't know. Think I need another little taste. It's some good pineapple upside down cake. Express cake. Whatever you call it. But yeah, I'm just tired of it, y'all. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to put up any more Sky videos. I'm not going to do shit. This is supposed to be bang bang. Watch me get PB'd.
It's me.
Hey, bang bang. I ain't seen you in forever.
I know. It's been a while. Just waiting for the inevitable connection issues.
Yeah,
Stand
me.
by.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna happen.
Hopefully not.
Hey, check this out. You know that cop video I just showed?
Yeah.
Look, I put it on private. It only had 9 views, right? And I put it on private as soon as I sat there and pulled off and got going down the road.
Right.
I didn't, because the guy gave out my daggum driver's license number on air.
Oh my god. I don't get
Yeah,
why he stopped you over in the first place.
because I'm targeted. See, people don't understand what targeted means. Targeted is just targeted.
Yeah.
Everything fucks with you. You know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah. Those mother
But
Tuckers.
yeah, I mean, what it was, I guess he stopped somebody, right? And he stopped them right before they're going. It's a real quick hill, but it's a kind of tall hill, so you can't see over it. But it's not that big of a hill, you know what I mean? But
Right.
in the road, it is. So when I come over the top of the hill, I was meeting a band coming over the hill, right?
Yeah.
And when I got to the top of the hill where I mean, it ain't a big hill, I'm telling you. I mean, it's like, all right, say you're driving down a flat road, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden you get like a 20-foot rise real quick and it drops back off. You know what I mean? But you can't,
Yeah.
and that's how it was. Well, when I got to the top of the hill, I was meeting that band on top of the hill, so I'm watching it. And dadgum, if, like 50 foot down the road, if it was even that far, the cop was, facing my direction like he was going the van's direction, but he was
Right.
backing up, fixing to back into an entrance to the cell tower. And he had his wheels cocked and his daggum front end was starting to go across the center line. And he saw me and he straightened the wheels up to get his front end out of the center line. And I went on by him. You know what I'm saying? That's all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Next thing I know, he's coming in behind me, right? He's making up distance. So I sit there and I'd sit there and hit my reset on max speed. I had to take the 102 off of there and get it down to normal speed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he's closing in on me, right? Well, I'm doing 45 because that's what it is. Well, before I get down to the stop sign that he got me at, there's a long hill. And I'm sitting there and it started coasting down it and it got up to 49 mile an hour. And I was trying not to hit the brakes because I got a brake light. I think I finally got it fixed, but sometimes it don't like to work. So I put it in third gear trying to keep it, slowed down. But I kept it at 49, right?
Right.
That joker. I'm like, man, there ain't no way he's gonna let me stop at the stop sign and go through it. And sure enough, right when I hit the brakes, the blue lights come on. I'm like, yep, here we go.
Man,
Yeah. And
that's
look,
so crooked.
well, I mean, and I got post traumatic stress disorder due to law enforcement, and it's medically diagnosed. I mean, it's in my medical records, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I saw him when I topped the hill, I'm like, I'm a goner. I'm a goner. I mean, I start hyperventilating almost. I mean, my heart rate goes up. I start shaking. I mean, all I got to do is see them when I'm driving because for some reason I got this big neon light above my vehicle that says, stop me, stop me. You know?
Yeah.
So, anyhow, and the next problem I got is, I mean, it's my truck now because, my dad passed away and he gave it to me, right?
Yeah.
But it's still got his tags on it. Well, his tags, the cops call in the tag number, show a registered concealed carry.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So here I am getting stopped. And this cop already knows there's a possible weapon in the vehicle due to what the tags are saying about the owner. And I'm a junior, by the way, so I got the same name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So did he get it? Did he get it right away or did it take him a while?
What do you mean, get it?
Did he understand and comprehend you were a junior and it was your
Well, well, yeah, I'm sure he did. I mean, I don't know. I mean, all
it's
I know is, look, what ain't on the video is the actual stop. When the blue lights come on and I stopped, I put my wrist on the daggum steering wheel and had my fingers sprayed out. You know what I mean? My hands like this with I had my wrists next to each other like I was already handcuffed. And he's sitting there, he opened up his driver's door as wide as it would go. And the only thing I could see of him was his head above the window. I mean, I didn't know if he had his gun drawn or what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I yelled out the window, I go, what the hell you stopped me for? So seriously, how come every time I get on this goddamn motherfucking YouTube, everything falls down? Huh?
Did something fall off that shelf again?
Yeah, every time I get on fucking YouTube, shit starts falling around here, man.
Yeah, I noticed.
Fucking crazy.
I noticed.
Getting tired of it. Shit can sit here for 2 years. I ain't lying, man. Shit can sit somewhere for 2 or 3 years and not be touched. And daggum, if it just don't one day just fly off the fucking shelf.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sick of living. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna kill myself, guys, but man, this fucking world sucks.
Yeah. It's demonic.
But anyhow, he's sitting there behind the door, the cop car door, and I'm like, what are you stopping me for? He goes, you're speeding. I go, and we're going through all this?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then he makes his way up to the window. I still got my wrist on the steering wheel and all my fingers spread out. I'm talking about I had them spread out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he could tell I wasn't gripping anything. And I had a cigarette in my mouth. So I had to talk with a cigarette in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anyhow, he goes, do you have your driver's license? I go, I sure do. He goes, may I see them? I'm like, well, can I take one of my hands off the steering wheel and get it out of my wallet because it's in my back pocket? He goes, yeah. I'm like, all right. I said, all I'm doing is getting my wallet out of my back. He goes, you don't have any weapons in that vehicle, do you? I forgot about that part. And I'm like, no. Anyhow, when I was getting my wallet out of my pocket, my phone was right there too, beside me in the seat. So I sat there and grabbed it up. And then I was like, fuck getting my license out. I started setting up a daggum live stream. He goes, What you doing? Calling your mommy?
My gosh.
Yeah. And I sat there and I said, no. I said, hey, buddy, you're on live streaming to YouTube right now. Smile for the camera. And I started setting it in the dash, and he goes, I got a camera too. I go, good. It'll keep us both safe, won't it? And then it picked up when I was talking about the groceries. You know, that live stream did not go live as soon as it should have.
I did see some of it.
What, when it was live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting, John Boy.
Well, check this out. I put it on private. It only had 9 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's getting more views than the last 4 videos I uploaded, and it's on private. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
How is it getting views while it's on private? It's doing better than any of the 4 I put up yesterday. So, I mean, how's it getting viewed?
I don't know. That's crazy.
Ain't it?
I don't know. I don't know. I want to know.
I do too, because it's got my number on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, that gum. How these? That means when I put it on private with 9, and now there's like 24 views. So that means there's what, 13 people have watched it since I put it on private.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
It's really not. It's really not.
But I got it titled County Bear. I'm not scared of you. 10-4, good buddy.
Yeah.
I think these people that got, like the Alphabet Gang, they're the ones watching it. I had a video set on private one time about a month ago. That thing got 9 likes while it was on private.
You know what? I noticed a little bit ago when I came in, you had a lot of, you had just about almost 10 people in there, and nobody was in the stream though.
Yeah. Tashanka, how you doing?
Hey, Mary.
I got 15 now. Hey, how y'all doing? Hit that like button if you don't mind. It kind of helps the algorithm, because I'm trying to defeat this shadow ban that I've been under for over 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
I don't either, but
You get these channels. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, those cops. I've been researching and learning a lot of stuff lately, and apparently not all cops are bad, but a lot of them are Freemasons, and the chief of police can't be one unless he witnesses a child sacrifice and they videotape it. Sorry, just letting you know.
Well, all I know is I've got a friend of mine as a deputy county sheriff from, not this county. And he sees the stuff we see in the sky, and he's been the same person I've known since a child. So, you know what I'm saying?
As far as you know, but you don't know what he does or sees behind closed doors.
I know who he is, so I don't know what he sees, but I'm pretty sure he will not participate, because the first time he was in law enforcement, he was on the Jackson City Police Department, and he saw some crooked shit go down between a cop, and he went and reported it to the senior officer, and the senior officer, I guess, went to the command or whatever. Anyhow, command called him in, and they said, look, you need to resign or you're going to disappear. So I know who he is. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Matt, man. But yeah, I know who he is, and he's not going to change. He's like me. He stands on the ground of truth. You know what I mean? And a person like that can't be shook. Like me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna back down from what I believe. I'm not gonna back down from any truth. These baby killers that want to keep killing babies are killing babies. I mean, life begins at conception. You know what I mean? If
Absolutely.
these scientists can say one single cell, anything on a planet is life, well, a fertilized egg is more than just one single cell. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
So that's got to be life. I mean, if they're talking about the science, believe the science. All right, science tells me a single cell bacteria is life. Okay. Well, what is a fertilized egg? There's more than one cell in that. You know what I mean? So that's definitely got to be life. But no, it's got to have a heartbeat. Well, that
Right.
single cell on Mars ain't got to have a heartbeat. It's just got to have one single cell to be considered life. But here on Earth, if a woman gets pregnant because she can't keep her legs closed, it's
Hmm.
considered, oh, something that, what do they call it? Planned Parenthood.
Right. Planned Parenthood. It's all a sacrifice to ball. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that gum in the skies, it's, hey, look, it changed channels up there, y'all. It ain't the stuff we were seeing earlier that I was seeing, like the neutrino stuff and the Chiefs and the T Shield and the Centurion. You know what I'm talking about? It's done changed up there, y'all.
Well, I found out CERN has not been active for the last 3 months, but July 5th, they are reactivating the Hydra Collider. They're starting
They've
opening up.
already started that. Bang bang.
They're doing it like they're on July 5th, though. They're going to ramp it up so high that they
Right,
to where they've never done it before. They've never
right,
had done it that to that level, and it's
right,
they're doing something is what they're doing. They're doing
right.
something
And
really
that's what
good.
I'm saying. That's why the skies are so different now.
Hmm. And I took a
Eric
photo.
Ebo.
Hi, Eric. Um,
Hey, he loves you.
love you
That's
guys.
what he said.
You know what? I took a photo the other day in the
Yeah.
night because there's a stretch of road and it's not very long, maybe like less than a quarter of a mile, and it's all lined with the purple lights.
Yeah.
And so I took a photo of them, and then when I get home, I look at my photo, and there's two entities coming out of the area that I took the photo of. There's a black goo looking entity that's in the darker part of the sky, and then over towards the purple lights there's some sort of like this big purple monster looking thing. It is terrifying. I was like, oh my god, those purple lights are doing something.
Why didn't you send me a screenshot or something?
I just i just um uh i had issues with my phone for the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Oh, me
I haven't
too.
been able to upload very much. I've been having
They
storage
sat there.
issues.
Look, they not only storage issues, they sat there and made it where I hit the YouTube icon. It would kind of flash to YouTube and go back to my home screen. And then I'd try to go to photos. It would kind of go to photos and go right to my home screen again. I'm like, I couldn't even message.
Yeah, my phone does that too sometimes. That's weird.
Yeah, and then look, one day, look, my bill's all paid up and everything, right? I'm sitting there and it's saying no service. I'm like, come on. I had to turn it off for a while and turn it back on. Then I had service. I
Wow.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
that's
having
targeted.
sound I'm having sound issues where I don't get sound. And then I'll have to turn my phone off completely and then turn it back on to get sound.
Yeah. Well, look, half the videos I put up when I try to watch them, they're green screened or they got green and then choppy different colors in it and stuff. I mean, it's weird.
My
I'd
gosh.
seriously, they do that shit on purpose because the first so many hours of videos uploaded, it's the impressions. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
if people go to watch the video and it's just green screen and little, matrix, look, what do you call it? Pixel things popping up, nobody's gonna watch it. And that's I mean,
My
I,
gosh.
I mean, I only got 33 views out of the 4 videos I put up. I got like 33 views on one, 24 views on another. I think today one of them went up to 40 and one of them went up to like maybe 50. But normally I would have 120 in the first
Yeah,
day on
I
each
remember. I
video.
know. Yeah, you're totally targeted.
Yeah, I mean, they're shadow banned. And look, I'm not, and that pissed me off. And that's why yesterday everything I put up was about contrails. Because they put a daggum contrail banner up on the one. It's an 8-second video of me filming the half-mile long contrails in front of the sun. There's like 8 of them or whatever. But then when I
Mm-hmm.
kind of panned to the left of the sun, you could see like, a dozen more different. Man, the skies have just been weird, and I can't get it to capture right on the phone. I can't edit it right. I mean, they figured it out.
Yeah,
They've
that's
got this stuff that they're putting up there that if you try to edit the colors that I used to edit out and in, it actually makes like blind spots. I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, that's just crazy.
Terry, how you doing? Yeah, I figured I ain't been live. I don't know, man. I just I'm getting to the point I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I haven't either, John Boy. I haven't felt compelled to do much lately online.
I mean, I'll go to like Super Dave's live streams. That's about the only live stream I go to tell you the truth.
Well, I went to. Do you know Jen? Jen Crocker.
No.
You do. I think you modded her at one point, but
Who?
her name is Jen. She's real pretty. Jen Crocker. She always has her profile picture up.
I've never heard of her.
Yes, you've modded her. You've mod her.
Really?
Like a few months ago. Yeah, like maybe I know at least 3 months ago she was a mod on your channel. Yes.
Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, she might be a mod on my channel, but I don't get notifications. Some of these people on my channel don't have any content. I mean, you know what I mean? They don't have any content on their channel, but I know them. Like, one person that I haven't seen in a long time is Roots Magoo. That joker don't have nothing on, but he's a mod. You see what I'm saying? So if people
Right.
come in and they're cool and everything, I'll mod them. But I got to
And I
kind
haven't seen
of check
Mike.
them out.
I
So I
haven't seen
can't.
Mike Smith.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Jay Ferris is here. Hi, Jay Ferris.
Hey, Jay Ferris.
Harry,
How
Jim,
you doing?
Harry, Jim, and Eric. And who else?
Oh, he's talking about the quality settings. Look, all the videos I've done, I've loaded up on what is it, 1080p, highest
Yeah,
quality I can get.
Harry.
When it goes to
Yeah.
quality, and then when I look at them after they upload on YouTube, I can't even see what is on my original video. You know how you got to enhance it, and it's very delicate. It's like a daggum frog hair difference, and when you're sitting there editing the colors, right, to bring out what you're trying to bring out. But daggum, by the time it gets uploaded, they mess it up so bad you can't see anything. Somebody shooting a gun.
Well, what I was telling you that I haven't been on any live streams either. I haven't done any myself, but I went on. I was having, what is that when you can't sleep? It's called
It's insomnia.
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 Yeah.
Look, the
Insomnia.
pineapple's talking to me.
I was having insomnia last night. It was like 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I was up at 6 in the morning, but it was like 2 in the morning now, and I can't sleep. So I get on, and Jen is having a live stream. It was like 2:30 at this time. So I get up there, and we know each other from Ian's channel, from We Are Awake News.
You're right.
Um, and that's how I know you know her and she knows you. And then Jen started mentioning how she hasn't been on any much lives either, especially Ian's, because she just doesn't resonate with him anymore. And I told her the
Uh-huh.
same thing. I haven't been on his lives in a long time. Well, apparently he did a live about us today,
Really.
and I haven't watched it because I
I
don't
don't
know.
get notifications for Ian either. That's what I'm saying. I'm subbed like Tashanka. I thought you were a channel that didn't do anything. I'm subscribed and got the bell rung and never got a notification of anything. And she's asked if I've checked her out.
Right.
You
And
know,
she's been doing a lot. I don't get a lot of notifications anymore. My phone, I don't know if it's my phone is messed up or if they're doing
it's
something
the
to it.
daggum AI. It's the algorithm, man. Look, it ain't YouTube and Google. They've put the control of YouTube and Google and all that. It's in the AI kind of, AI is running the show. So the AI is doing what it's doing. And the AI knows I'm a threat. So it shadow bans.
Yeah. It's real fun. Oh, Terry and Mary, they have insomnia too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I didn't
Well,
go
I
to bed.
got the opposite. I've been
Oh man,
telling
I didn't
people
go
I
to bed
think I
till
got a sleeping sickness. And that ain't me. I usually sleep 4 hours max.
really.
Yeah. And
That's
all of
what
a
I'm
sudden,
saying.
I'm sitting there. I got home at like 5:45 the other day. I sat there and let Ouija out of the house, and I got her back in the house before 6. I went inside. I just laid on the bed, shoes and all, and crashed and woke up in time for it almost being dark. I let Ouija back out for about 10 minutes, brought her back in, and I went on to bed. And then when I got up the morning to go to work, I could have kept on sleeping. And I got to work, and I just wanted to. I told people I could go to sleep and hit the floor. I'd hit the floor before I was asleep, and hitting the floor wouldn't wake me up. Yeah, it's
Mm,
crazy, man. I don't. It's like I got a sleeping sickness.
me too. Lately, like I didn't go to bed till 5 this morning, and that's not rare lately. I've been getting 4 hours sleep too. Isn't that weird?
Well, the Air Force messed me up. They put me on daggone grave shift, and you know, I'm awake in the day and sleep at night. So I had to work all night and go to bed as soon as the sun's coming up. And it didn't jive with me. I'm serious. It got so bad I had to go to the doctor. I mean, it's like 3 years later. But I'm trying to get prescribed day shift. And the only way to do it is I had to change my sleeping patterns. The jokers wanted me to go to bed. I mean, they wanted me to do my weekends like I was still on grave shift. And I ain't like, the way it worked for me, I got off work Friday morning. I stayed up all day Friday. And then the Friday night, I'd go to bed Friday night and get up Saturday morning and be a day shifter. You know what I mean? And Sunday,
Right.
I'd get up Sunday morning and I'd stay up all day to about 8 o'clock at night. And then I'd try to get me a 2 hour nap before I had to go to work. I ain't lie, I
Oh,
couldn't sleep 4 hours a day.
wow.
And then,
Something's going on.
well, then they put me on sleeping pills. That was, I had to go through, which I didn't change my weekend routine. I just told the doctor I did, and it still ain't working. So then they put me on sleeping pills, and they told me to take 2 of them. All right. Well, I get home that morning, and I take one of them. Now this is like 7:30 in the morning. I took one of these. The guy told me to take 2 of them. I took one of them. I slept from 8 o'clock that morning till I was an hour late getting to work because I woke up when I should have been at work, and that was 11 o'clock at night. All
Oh
right.
my God.
Yeah, I slept from 8 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, and I got to work. And when I got on the airplane, I lay down and took another 6 hours sleep, and I got up in time, to get off work. I got home, went to bed at 8 in the morning, and I slept all the way to 10 o'clock that night. And that was from one pill. And that joker told me to take two.
Well,
I,
you wouldn't have even
I died.
probably woke
I
up for
would have
24
been
hours.
dead. No,
Damn.
look,
Did you tell him?
It's the Air Force. You got to get appointments and stuff, and I was already prescribed it. So what I did, I sat there and I quartered up that daggum one pill, and a quarter of that one pill would make me sleep 8 hours.
They love prescribing medication like that to
Mhm.
everyone.
Well, that was in
But
the 80s, mid
I took
80s.
I took two what are those natural pills that you
Oh,
can
yeah.
take for nighttime? I took
Starts with an M.
what is it? You guys know what I'm talking about,
I know
It's
exactly.
it's what?
Melatonin.
Melatonin. Yeah, I took two of
Yeah.
those and it worked really good for me. Anyway, it knocked me out
They,
and kept me asleep.
I've taken them before, and it gives me a weird sleep, like active sleep, if that makes any sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I don't know how to explain it, but it will make you have lucid dreams and stuff. I don't remember the dreams, but I just remember it was like I don't know how to explain it. Like
Yeah, I get it.
like
'Cause I had those. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Really? Jay Ferris said they make him sick. Make her sick. Her, right? Jay? Jay could be Jerry or Julie.
The way I look at the chat is the names are names. I don't know what the gender is unless it says, like you said, Gina or something like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I just look at it as this is an individual. That's how I got to do it. It's an individual.
Jody. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I thought you were a girl. Yeah.
How do you know she's a girl? What's the definition of a
Because
woman?
at some point in time, because I've known of Jay Ferris, I've seen Jay around all the time, like for months and months.
Yeah, Jay's
And I remember at some point in time we must have talked, and I remembered, but then I forgot. Does that
I've
make
been
sense?
so confused. Like, well, I haven't seen them in a while. Who was it? Some rebel something. They ain't been around enough. But I thought they were a woman at first, and then it turns out they were a man.
Really?
Yeah, but I swear at one time they were a woman. That's like the Mandela effect kind of stuff, y'all. Man, that stuff is trippy. Look,
Yeah, CERN's supposed to be when they activate that really powerful whatever they're doing, the highest
listen.
level that they're going to turn it
Let
on.
me tell
It's
you
supposed
something.
to do the Mandela effect like big time.
What you're talking about is coming up. But what's happening now is they have been powering it up for over a month now to get it to the point to where they do it on July. You see what I'm saying? It is
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
now. It's just ramping up, ramping up, ramping up, ramping up, ramping up, and they're trying to build it up. And man, it's fixing. Why do you think they're sitting there? The second pandemic's coming.
Oh, I know that. I know it's coming.
These people are
Never.
wearing masks in town in Jackson like it was 2020.
I know.
I'm like, man, these people are crazy. Ain't they figured out what's up yet?
They're doing it here too, and it is so disturbing.
It
They're
is.
still in their cars with it.
I'm beginning to question myself. Should I have one on?
No. Oh God, please don't perform that ritual.
I mean, that's what it is. I looked up. Look, I went to Wikipedia and I asked, what how did I ask? Anyhow, I asked about a mask, right? What are masks good for? I think's what I put. And it said two things. A mask is either for protection or it's for a ceremony. And we know that it's not protecting you, so therefore it's got to be for a ceremony. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, common sense tells you if Wikipedia tells you a mask is for protection or ceremony, and we know it doesn't protect from viruses, then it's got to be a ceremony.
Yeah, but most people aren't walking around with common sense,
Oh, I
unfortunately.
know.
But I agree. I completely agree. It's a ritual, and before it used to make me annoyed to see
Well,
people doing it, but now it just makes me mad.
well, look at that
I'm like,
video
that's
I did, the serpent biting, injecting the venom into its creator's finger. I mean, when you looked at the serpent when it backed off after biting it, it looked like a two-faced crowned something or another wearing a mask on both the two faces.
oh wow.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's adding up.
That's crazy.
I mean, I see
Yeah.
a lot of stuff in the sky that's got a mask on its face.
Oh, you
That's
do?
the crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what's so crazy. This is what I can't figure out, and that's why I'm at the point I'm tired of video in the sky.
Didn't you get that thing that I text you about the this map that's coming out that got revealed, which is this the real world map
Oh
where
yeah,
it shows.
I
Did you
didn't
get that?
understand it.
Because what it is flat Earth, and then they show the ice wall, and then they show the other Earths. They're not Earths, but
Yeah,
they're
but
worlds.
the whole problem is the Earth ain't flat. The Earth ain't round. The Earth is just a
I
fake
know it's dimensional.
existence in a dimension that we all come from.
I know, but
And
for them to put it on paper, on a 2D flat piece of paper, that's how they had to do it so that people can somewhat comprehend it.
oh, you
That
mean
there
they
are
are
other
saying it's
places.
dimensional? I mean, I'm just tired of the whole flat Earth, round Earth thing because the flat Earth, okay, if we're flat, then what stabilizes this flat Earth? The four corners, okay. What are the four corners sitting on? You see what I'm saying? A lab table, and you know what I'm
I
saying?
know, I know. It's dimensional, but to put it on 2D piece of paper, they had to do it that way. But I agree.
But
It
you
is
can't.
dimensional.
It's
There is no
dimensional,
space.
right? I mean, it's
I agree.
this
We're
is a
under a dome.
concocted thing in a daggone witch's kettle that's steaming, and she's sitting there stirring it, going bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I mean, this is just a fake ass existence
I
that
know.
people believe are real,
I
and
know.
that's how come you can't escape this place. If you have any stock in anything materialistic before you die, you're gonna be stuck here.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I know.
recycle. Tail
Yeah,
snake eating the tail.
I sure as hell don't want to recycle to this place because I'm pretty
Oh
sure
no.
it's a dimension of hell.
Yes.
Because how can it not be with all this evil stuff going on?
Oh, I guess hell can be a lot worse because the devil's free from hell right now. You see what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
is the devil's playground. The devil wants more company when he does go to hell.
right.
I mean,
But I do
it,
believe this is a dimension of it, a level
it,
of
it
it.
is. Well, it's a test to see. I guess God had a bad batch, right? Devil being the number one bad batch, and a third of the angels turned out to be a bad batch. So God decided, you know
Hi,
what? I
Chase
need to
Harris.
come up with a test to see if these souls are worthy enough to be up here. But then if you get
Right.
to thinking about it, I don't, like I was talking to you before, why do they say heaven streets are paved in gold and all this emerald building or temples and whatever. I mean, really? I thought that stuff wasn't supposed to mean nothing to us. So why should it mean anything to us when we go to heaven? You know what I mean? Why should the streets be gold?
Yeah. Yeah, there
And
is
then
no
the
gold
Jesus thing. Look, who knows? I'm Jesus. I'm sitting there telling y'all the truth, right? Well, that's what Jesus was doing, is telling you the truth. Jesus was not to be worshiped. He was to show an example, but people twisted that. The devil's got people in. I mean, look at your mainstream religion. You got to worship Jesus in order to get to God. Well, God's first commandment in Genesis was worship no other God than me. So you're
right?
making Jesus a God before God. You know, I've been questioning that since I was 5 years old. You understand? It ain't like I just started questioning this a few years ago. I have been questioning this for over 45 years, more than that.
Yeah, I know.
Colonel Sanders, how you doing?
Hi, Colonel.
I didn't see Greg. Greg slipped in here on me. Paris done jumped in there. How y'all doing out there?
Hi, you guys.
But yeah, I'm to the point to where I don't care anymore. I don't care to try to get people to understand my point of view. All I know is from my point of view, I understand what's going on. I can't explain it, and I'm not going to try to tell you this is how you need to think. You know,
Yep. I like your videos, how you just let people see what they see and
I
figure
mean,
it out.
what can I tell you? I'm saying if I don't know what I'm saying, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
See what I'm saying?
But Planet X Hunter, I mean, not Planet X Hunter, what's his name? Scott Sion will tell you what you're seeing. What is he?
Yeah,
Planet
he
X
says we're
News, yeah.
seeing Planet X
Yeah.
and Nibiru. Yeah, he sure does. He dropped off the scene really fast after my
Yeah.
channel got taken down. I
Oh.
mean, we were talking on the phone and everything. And then and I
you're,
didn't know.
you're an inside agent for all of
No,
them big channels.
no. If I
Scott,
was an agent,
Gina.
no, if I was an agent, I wouldn't tell you that.
I know you wouldn't tell me you're an agent.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't tell you I was talking on the phone with Scott.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Look, even agents will tell you some truth to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Well, Scott is controlled op 100, and then
Yeah.
so
Bruce
is
sees
Gina.
all. Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And poor old Mark. He's caught in a
Yeah.
rock and a hard place, the wages world.
Yeah, but Snafu Chats and Marfugal, they're all in on it.
Well, that's what I don't get. How come what's her name sits there and thinks snafu whatever is such the thing when years ago he got busted out for being an agent? I
I know.
don't get it.
I told some people that recently, just very recently, and I couldn't believe it. They're all in on this. They're liking the Snafu guy,
Yeah,
and I'm like, he's playbook.
yeah, I don't get it. I mean, he was busted out. I don't know. I want to say 4 years ago, but according to my videos, it's 2 years. But that 2 years might be like 2 years and 11 months and 28 days. You know what I mean? It's over
Yeah.
2 years. There ain't no way everything's. It ain't no way the Marfugal stuff, the Snafu stuff, and all that playbook stuff that I went through happened at the same time the pandemic hit. I mean, there's no way.
Yeah.
But according to looking at how this Google's showing and, my playlist and the dates, it looks like all that shit happened 2 years ago with Marfugal. I
But
don't
it was
get it.
longer than That
Yeah,
is weird. That you're having Mandela effect.
I know. I can tell you Mandela effect I having at work. And it's just crazy. I mean, I had to control myself, man. I thought somebody stole my shit, right? And I
Yeah.
had to bite my tongue. I'm like, hang on. Because, all right, I got this. All right, we got, like Snap on truck comes by or whatever, and you buy stuff and you pay for it on payments and whatever, because shit's high priced, right? I had an impact socket set that was $189, just for a little impact set. And I don't know how to explain. When I first started working up there where I'm working now, I swear I had that thing because I had three of the sockets, right? And one of the major things I used those sockets for was installing some bumper brackets on this old truck. And then one day I come in and look, I done set up a shelf and everything, and my body hammer, uh, what do you call it? It's a case fit in the bottom, and the blue thing fit right beside it. And then I put the stud gun on top of the blue thing. Well, then I was needing a socket, and my blue thing was gone. I'm like, hang on. And then something, it's like my mind's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm thinking my Cavalier's got the blue thing in it. The blue thing is my impact sights. All right, it's in a blue case. That's why I call it blue thing. And I'm like, and I told the owner of the company, I'm like, well, at first I told one of the mechanics, I'm like, did somebody borrow my impact set? He's like, I didn't. I'm like, anybody? He's like, I don't know. I go, anybody borrow my impact set? And they're like, no. And then I sat there and told the owner of the company, I'm like, look, I got an impact set, but it's gone. He's like, oh no, how? And I'm like, well, I don't either. So I had to bite my tongue. And the whole time I keep having this flashback to my green car. But I remember having that blue, case at work and taking three sockets out of it to mess with that bumper. But then I keep seeing it in my car that's at my dad's. See, my car broke down. That's how I wound up in this truck. And I ain't worked on my car because I ain't really had time. So it took about a month where I got back down there to where my car was. And that's the first thing I did when I got down there to my dad's. I sat there and got out of the truck. I went straight to my car, unlocked it, popped the trunk, and dadgum, there's that blue case. And it's missing the three sockets I had. Is that not weird?
Yeah, that's crazy. You're getting that weird robotic sound on my end.
Really? Well,
But
everybody dropped out. We're down to 6 people. UFO is in the house.
UFO,
How
hi
you
UFO.
doing?
Yeah, we're gonna be experiencing that Mandela effect pretty soon.
Oh, we're fixing it. No, it's going to be more than a Mandela effect. It's going to be a total, all of a sudden, you're somewhere you don't know where you're at.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna be
watch.
entering into another dimension. But
Yeah, we're
well,
already doing that. I'm hopping in
but
and out of different ones here and there. I'm telling
we're
you.
gonna be we're gonna be like when you're like not sure it's you've had missing time or Mandela effect
Yeah,
things, it's gonna be obvious. Let's just say that.
yeah. Well, it's obvious to me already, but yeah, what you're saying, yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah,
like you're gonna be sitting there underneath the noon sun. Next thing you know, it's gonna be the midnight moon up there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's going to get crazy.
yeah. We might even see some crazy creatures flying around, or some giants
I
walking around.
already
You never
see
know
that
what they're gonna.
stuff. I've already seen it. I mean, what?
Yeah,
I
but I
mean,
mean,
I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, it'd be more definite for people that can't
yeah,
see it
like
to
I'm
see it.
talking 3D, 3D.
I do see it 3D. I mean, come on.
I mean, like in your face.
It is in my face. But wait till it happens and everybody has it in their face. That's what I'm saying. That's when men's hearts will fail them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're trying to summon Satan. They're trying to summon Satan. That's what they're doing.
Hey, give me 1 second. I got a refill.
Oh, are you
I
doing
need
the
some more
moonshine?
pineapple. Oh, don't
Oh
tell
my God.
anybody. Don't say anything about the moonshine.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't tell anyone you're drinking moonshine.
I'm not drinking it. I'm sipping on
Oh, I mean sipping.
it really fast.
Just do a shot. Just do a shot and get it over with.
What do you mean do a shot? I done did about 5.
Oh my
I
gosh.
emptied out my 100 milliliter bottle. I need to fill it back up. It's only 165 proof.
That's
That
all.
means this bottle's about like doing a pint, like a
That's all
half
you
a
need.
fifth. I mean, it's like a half a fifth. Hang on, let me think.
God, that
100
would put me to sleep.
milliliters. 100 milliliters of this would be like doing 200 milliliters of 80 proof. So that'd be a
Alcohol,
half a fifth almost.
alcohol like that would put me to sleep. That would knock me out.
Oh, it does. I plan on sleeping tonight.
You're gonna sleep like a baby.
I hope so, but I've already been doing that. I can't stop sleeping. That's driving me crazy. I'm falling
I wish I
asleep
could sleep.
driving. Well, I'll go through that spurt too. Look, that day I told you I went to bed at like 6, basically. The next night I didn't go to bed till like 12:30.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I made up for the sleep I got by not getting sleep the next night. It's weird, man, because I don't know. Hang on 1 minute, second,
Okay.
or however long. Talk to everybody. Can you see
I'm
chat?
looking at the comments.
Okay.
Hi Craig. Um
No,
my
205
wife isn't
peach.
my wife. It's
A little
not the
bit
girl I
high.
married.
Huh?
Oh, because we were talking about the Mandela effect, and he said, "Yeah, my wife isn't my wife. It's not the girl I married 18 years ago."
Yeah, it's messed up.
Shoot,
Hang on, I'll be right back.
that is some funny stuff. Oh my God, I wish I could have a shot. Maybe you could just send some through the phone. I have no alcohol in my house. I have. Okay, sorry guys, I had a call. Oh, for real? She gave you papers? Uh-oh.
What?
There's a lot of that going on, Craig,
What happened?
because his wife served him papers. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on though. Trust me. You're not the only one. I know a lot of
Why?
people going through that.
Shoot, I've gone through it a few times myself. Except,
And I'm about to also.
really? Well,
I
thank
mean,
goodness.
it's a good possibility.
You
It's a
need to,
damn good
dadgummit.
possibility.
You need to.
You know,
I
I don't like
promise.
being used for a green card. Okay.
Exactly. And you
And
know, if you don't serve some papers, now I'm gonna serve some papers on you for enabling somebody to become an American citizen that doesn't deserve it. Because they are the scum of the earth to me.
yeah,
And
I
that's
agree.
not the pineapple talking.
No, no, I know because you told me, but I agree. Yeah.
I mean, if I was in his shoes and I had somebody that was willing to do that for me, I'd love them. I'd love them to death. You know what I mean? I
You
would
know,
do
you know,
whatever I would do to help them, work with them. I mean, it's only I mean, why are you married if you're not to work together? You know what I'm saying?
right. It's like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Um,
And that motherfucker, I swear, I need to make a trip up there.
and well,
And
it's
your
not only that. It's
fucking
like learn some
daggum
damn English,
construction
okay?
crew, them motherfuckers, they need
And
me
I
to
know,
come up there too. Your
yes,
whole situation got me pissed off.
yeah. I trust me, it
I mean,
pisses
I
me
ain't
off
trying to
too.
put your, I'm not trying to put your personal stuff out there. I'm
And
sorry.
I don't care. It's okay. Everything's already out there anyway.
I'm just saying.
Thanks, AI.
And I swear you're
Uh,
the twin to that crazy girl I dated.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, she was cool, man. I loved her. I still love her. I mean, I love her as an individual. You know what I mean? She had a
Mhm.
good heart and everything. It's just she was so messed up through her childhood. Her dad molested her.
Well,
Well,
I'd
more
be
than
messed up too.
molest. And, it's a sad story, man.
How
And
could
I'm not,
anyone do that? Like, I don't get it. It pisses
I
me
don't
off.
know. And for Sour Apple to sit there and be her trigger smell, because her dad
Yeah.
worked at like a bubblegum factory or whatever, and he'd smell like sour apple bubblegum, and she cannot stand that smell, and it triggers her. I
Yeah,
mean,
that would.
seriously, brings her back to when she was a little girl, and I mean, it's weird. Yeah,
Well,
until you meet, well, look, and
that's how they can MK Ultra people. They can mind control people like that. They can
yeah,
split altars and everything. That's
well,
a real
yeah,
thing.
using certain words or certain tones or a
Yeah.
bell sound, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, you
yeah,
got a handler, and all they have to do is snap their finger or move their finger a certain way or move their body a certain way, and they'll move into their other
look,
altar.
that girl had a breakdown one time. We're in the daggum swimming pool and we were drinking, and I guess the alcohol got to a certain level, and she went back to like 6 years old.
Oh
Yeah,
shoot!
like she was reliving it live right there in the swimming pool, and I didn't know what the hell to do.
How long did it last?
Until I
How long
got
was?
her to sleep.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
traumatic events when you're a child. That's what my channel's about, and I'm not going to bring it up, but those traumatic events will do that to people.
Nah, I've
It
seen it
happens so
firsthand. That's how
much.
come I don't like talking about it, because I've
I
seen it.
know.
I've seen what it does to individual, and it didn't. It's not that I felt sorry for her. I did feel sorry for her, but that ain't why I was. I was just there because I was there. You know what I mean? It was that point
Yeah,
in time, and I was in her life. She was in my life, so I just stayed me.
yeah,
I know she still loves me because I mean, you know what I mean? It ain't like I don't know how to explain it. People got love confused with lust,
hmm.
and I love people, man. I love you, Bang Bang.
I love you too. People just have different
Will
agendas
you
though
marry me?
sometimes, and they
No,
marry.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. But you know what I'm saying? You love me, I love you. And that
Yeah.
girl, Discernment from Rose, man, I love her as an individual. She's just had a bad life. She's had
Yeah.
or I'm not gonna say a bad life, because my life ain't the greatest. I'm gonna tell you, I got Murphy's Law 100% of the time.
And you're totally targeted.
Yeah. Max Grit, what's going on?
The firmament goes back to the original place.
Well,
Um,
the firmament is where we belong. We're just separated from it right now in this reality called Earth. I mean, that's what it
yeah.
is. The firmament is only that other dimension. We're a bubble in another dimension. We're a reality bubble in a dimension
Sure.
that I don't know how to explain it. Maybe the pineapple will later.
Yeah, but it's that's the pineapple talking. um yeah, my friend Mike, who I've known since high school, he's had some pretty crazy girlfriends. Like this girl he dated was total psycho, bipolar, but psycho. One day he comes home and she's mad for no reason, and she takes a lamp and slams it over his head. That
Oh,
kind
that's the kind of women I like. Uh-oh, the pineapple.
of.
Hey, that sounds like my last wife. I come home one day, she got black fingernail polish on and everything and wearing all black and stuff. And I go, "What's up?" She goes, "I've decided to become a witch." I'm like,
Is
okay.
that for real?
For real. I ain't lying to anybody about anything. I can tell you stories for the next 48 hours.
What was she doing? Doing the Ouija board while you were at work or what?
No, this bitch, you're talking about coming home. Look, I'd come home and she's mad as hell at me, right? And it would take, I mean, she might be mad at me for a whole day. Come to find out, she watched Oprah. Well, you know,
Mm.
Oprah is a man bashing show and all the poor women
Oprah is
getting
a man.
bashed. Well, whatever. But what I'm saying
She's a
is,
demon worshiper too.
these dadgum people watching Oprah made every husband's life hell. I'm telling you. These fucking gullible ass women that believe this shit that she's spewing out. Man, they had to come home that shit after they watched an episode. And I'm talking
Oprah's
about back in
Eastern
the day.
Star.
Huh?
Oprah's an Eastern Star. She is a witch. She's a
Yeah,
high-ranking
Oprah
witch.
can suck my you know what.
Yeah, this girl was psycho. She also stole his car because she didn't have a car or driver's license,
Yeah, I've been
and
same thing.
she went on a high speed chase. She was at a bar, and she got really drunk, and then she took my friend's car, her
All
boyfriend at the
right.
time, and she went on a high speed chase. The cops trying to pull her over because she was drunk driving, and she was going like 100 something miles an hour down
Yeah.
the town in
I
the
got a
town.
similar story.
She was a psycho.
I got a similar story. Seriously. My
What was
ex,
the girl you
m-
dated?
no, my ex-wife sat there and anyhow, we were separated more than we were together, right? So at one point of our separations, Natural Born Rebel was up.
Hi, natural born rebel.
But and that might have been but anyhow, look. And, all right, I told you I got stories for hours, right? One day I get this phone call, and it's my wife. And she goes, "I need you to come up to the Covington Hospital at such time. I will be at the front door." I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I was in a wreck and I'm at the hospital. I need you to come get me. Be up here." And because I told her, it's like, look, the minimum I can be up there, and that's flying, was like 40 minutes, right? I was like, "Look, I'll be up there by this time." And she goes, "I'll be at the front doors of the hospital." I'm like, "All right." So I jumped in the car. I had a Trans Am, 79 Trans Am at the time, T-tops. I shot up and look, I'm taking back roads. I'm flying, right? I get up there. As soon as I pull pull off the highway into the hospital entrance, I see her come out the front doors. I'm like, all right, everything's working as planned. So I pull up, she jumps in, she goes, "Go, go, go." I'm like, what? And I'm taking off. And then on the way back home, she explains to me what happens. She had been
Oh
at a
boy.
bar somewhere, got drunk. Somebody let her drive their car. She took out a telephone pole in the town of Covington and wound up in the hospital, handcuffed to the hospital bed because she was in custody, and I did not know this. Somehow she figured out how to get out of the handcuffs. So when I was supposed to be up there, she was ready to vamp out of the room and out the hospital. You know what I mean?
How
And
did she get out of the cuffs? That's what I want
look,
to know.
that girl ran from the law so much. In her sister's house, they had a dresser drawer set up that looked like dresser drawers, right? But in reality, it was only dresser drawer fronts. There wasn't no dresser drawers in the cabinet. So she'd pull it away from the wall and get behind it and pull it back to the wall. So when the law come in searching for her, she wasn't there. she
That's pretty
hauled out.
smart.
She hauled out a mattress and would hide inside a mattress. I mean, this
Oh
girl's
my.
crazy. That's the kind I like. Are you crazy
Yeah,
like
that
that?
is
Bang
some
bang.
wild stuff.
Are you crazy like that? Bang bang.
Always. You know what? I've dated
Okay.
some crazy people. Yeah.
But
Um
look, that's just a mild. Oh yeah, and then later on, I met the dude that she wrecked his car into the telephone pole. Right, City of Covington's won $800 for the telephone pole, and I run into the dude, and he saw me. I ain't seen him since like high school. This is like 20 something years after high school, right? He sees me and he goes, "Your wife is crazy." I go, "What are you talking about?" And he smiles and shows me a missing tooth. He goes, "She hit a telephone pole in Covington." I go, "Oh, you were the guy with her." It
oh
was
my
your
god.
car. She totaled out his car, totaled out a telephone pole, and the dude's missing a tooth. All because of her.
I
Yeah.
mean, what is she doing at a bar by herself when she's married anyway, talking to other guys and getting in their car?
Look, we'd go to a bar together and she'd sit there and decide that she wanted to be in there partying herself, so she'd turn the whole bar against me and they'd kick me out.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, she was conniving, man. You
That
talk about
is.
crazy people. I like crazy people because it teaches me. No, I learn from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now can't nobody do what they did. Like, you know what I mean? I like. All right. How can I explain it? Like when it's live happening, you don't really
Like,
realize it's happening until after
yeah.
it happens, and then you realize how it happened. Well, it won't happen to you again.
You got to read these comments.
What?
You got to read it. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Oh my god.
but yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, with, and her name was Tammy, and her nickname was Rose.
Oh boy.
So anytime I meet anybody that's got a name Rose, I'm intrigued. I'm like, can they be as crazy as the last Rose I knew? And the answer is yes.
Yeah, that's and good luck. That's not a common name, I don't think.
No. Well, it is for bar horse.
Oh, maybe it could be a stage name at a strip bar.
No, it's a bar whore name. I'm dead serious. That's what it is.
Hmm.
As I take my seventh shot. Shh, I didn't say that.
Oh shoot.
7, that would mean 14 regular 80 proof shots. So I'm doing good. I'm still talking. I'm also I'm allergic. I'm saying everything I'm saying out my mouth.
You know what?
What?
I would be slurring and I would be out
I
like
slur
right.
naturally. I've had so many head injuries. I like mustard and biscuits.
I like me some biscuits.
It's out of gas.
God, what was that movie? What's it called?
Sling blade.
Sling Blade. Yes.
I just got out of the mental hospital yesterday. I shouldn't have done that while I'm trying to swallow that shot. I mean, I wasn't taking a shot. But it
The
sure tastes like pineapple.
the country
Ooh.
star who was in that movie did a good job. I can't remember his name. The
Um,
country singer or whatever.
um, was
'Cause
there? Hell,
I
I
don't
can't
know.
believe Sling Blade dude is the dude that he is, and I can't remember his name now for shit.
Um.
But you know what I'm talking about. He didn't even
Yeah,
look like him playing that guy.
I know. They shaved his head and he gained weight and everything.
Man, I watched how he got ready for that, and I mean, I gotta give it to these actors. They're definitely actors.
Yeah.
Because he turned himself into that. He believed he was that and became that, and that's why that movie was so good.
Um.
Well,
A lot
what's
of
the
those.
dude's name?
I can't remember. I can't remember, but a
It's
lot of these people, a lot of these women that are really hot and they're actresses, they're a lot of them are dudes.
I know, man. That's the whole thing. They're gonna have these people sitting there lusting after them for decades, and then they're gonna come out and go, "I've been a dude the whole time." Hell,
Yep.
I know. Look,
Normalizing LGBTQ to all the
hey, hey,
children and whatever they.
hey, hey, we will not be talking about LGBTFAGGOT like that. Okay? I am a black lesbian trapped in a white man's body. That's my identity. If you don't like that cow, you can just kiss my grits. See what I'm saying? That's my
Yeah.
black lesbian come out in me, man. Snap, snap, Z formation. You know what I'm saying?
Snap, snap. Oh my God.
Hey, I
That.
am a black lesbian trapped in a white man's body. Hey, check this out. You know the conservative twins or the Hodge twins? You know who I'm talking about?
The Hides twins,
The
no?
Hodge twins.
The Hodge twins? I don't know
Yeah,
them.
conservative twins. They're two black dudes. They're
Okay, they're not that.
3% from being white. They're 53% African American, and then the rest of it's kind of European. They
Huh.
barely make the cut to be black, and they'll tell you that. I
Do
mean,
they look?
they are comedians.
What
They
do
have
they look
been
like?
they're black
Do they look
dudes. They look
black?
like Osama bin Laden. They got beards. And they joke
Osama
about it.
looks. He looks
No, I ain't talking about
Middle
skin
Eastern
color.
to me.
No, they're black, man. They're black dudes. But anyhow, they're cool as shit. And they did some video, and I happened to get in there when it was only like 23 comments. And I sat there and I commented it, and I said, I love y'all's show, and y'all keep putting the truth out like you're doing. And then I put, by the way, I identify as a black lesbian trapped in a white man's body. You know what happened? It took about 4 days, but guess what? They responded back and gave me their phone number.
Are they?
So,
They're like a channel or
oh,
something?
yeah, they got like, they're in the 3-digit number, whatever,
Wow.
one blank blank point K. They're up there. They got a following like crazy. Look, they've been touring all over America, man. They're comedians.
Oh.
Look, they have had shows canceled because they make a lot of transgender jokes and stuff, right? Well, the
Okay.
transgenders kind of got mad and they boycotted them out of cities. They canceled shows on them and stuff. I mean, they're a cool bunch of guys. You
And they're
ain't never heard
twins.
of them, the Hodge Hodges twins, or the conservative twins, and they got another channel. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna call the number. They,
Good.
cause look, this ain't no lie. And I've been trying to think about it. It was when I was in high school, and it was for the new high school, so that had to be like 84. Since 1984, I have been truly identifying as a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I really have.
John boy, I'm beginning to believe you.
Well, think about it. It works out perfectly. I'm a lesbian that loves women, and I got the manly parts to love them with. You see what I'm saying? So it all
Yeah, it
works
works
out
out.
fine. It's just like being a regular guy.
Yeah. You need to
Yeah, and
tell that to the Hodge twins.
I've been playing that part since 1984. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But how was I that far ahead back then? You see what I'm saying? How was I
Yeah.
that far ahead back in 1984 to
I
where
don't
I
know. You time
identified as a
traveled.
lesbian trapped in a man's body?
You
And
time.
women, when I told women that, they just giggle.
You time traveled, John boy.
Well, think about it though. I mean, if you're a woman and you meet a guy that tells you they're a lesbian trapped in a man's body, would that not intrigue you into, I got a lesbian in a man's body? I got the best of both worlds.
Androgyny.
But anyhow, I mean, lesbian in a man's body cancels out the lesbian. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I
and
get
it's
it.
been a joke of mine. And look, back in 1984, me and my friends used to joke about Cadillac trucks. Guess what? There have really been Cadillac trucks. They were called Escalades. It's like, what the hell? I mean,
Did you
how
ever
did
have a
this?
bitching Camaro?
I still got one. It's just
Really?
sitting in the field. Yeah, it's 78 Z28. I've had it over 145 mile an hour, outrun the law. The only way they found me was by listening because I just ran open headers. I didn't believe in exhaust back then. And look, he found where I stopped and sat there and was going to try to arrest me. I'm like, dude, he told me the only way I found you is I rolled down my window and heard where you went. I go, so you had me. I said, so I wasn't in visual pursuit rules. I said, you're trespassing. Get off this private property. And I kicked him off the property.
Good job.
I
Yeah,
did
good
that
job.
in like 1992. That's what I'm saying. Fuck these cops. That's what this live stream was about. Fuck cops, man. Look, all these daggum traffic laws they got, they're amendments of laws. And that is bullshit. I'm telling you. The Constitution tells me, the 14th and the 4th Amendment tells me I have the right to safe passage on the public streets, highways, or whatever, with no fear of being stopped.
Love it.
Unless I cause personal injury or property damage. That's the only way I can be stopped. If the speed limit's 55 and I'm driving 110, you can't stop me. I haven't done any personal injury or property damage. You see what I'm saying? So while I'm drinking my fifth of vodka doing 110, you can't stop me until I cause a problem. You see? That's
I
how it
know.
works.
I know, but those
Max
tyrants need
Grit.
something to do.
I keep seeing Max Grit up in there. Max Grit. You know, I do body work,
Did
so I use
Hey,
grit. I
John
use
boy, did you
180
ever have a
grit.
mullet?
Man, boy, I am the reason why mullets are known.
Oh my God, I hope they come back. I love
Joe
mullets.
Dirt didn't have shit on me. I'm kind of malicious right now.
You know what was the best? Was
What?
the short, okay, so the short hair with the longer in the front, and then they had the tail. Remember the tails?
The rat
Remember the
tail.
short hair with the rat
The
tail?
rat
They'd braid
tail.
it
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. I didn't do that.
Or the mullets with the earring. Loved it.
I
I
had an
love it. I want
earring,
to go
but
back to the 80s.
yeah, I had an earring a long time ago, but that thing's long gone.
Yeah.
That's another crazy story I could tell y'all.
What? Did you get your ear pierced?
Yeah, by my sister-in-law. You're gonna hear 2 pops after they put ice on my earlobe and stuff. You're gonna hear 2 pops. Well, pop. Where's that second pop at? I'm trying to get it too. There wasn't a second pop. Then they started over. It's gonna be 2 pops. Now, evidently, going through the first layer of skin is cool, but coming out the other layer wasn't happening. So by the time she finally got it to come through, then they had this earring. You're gonna have to wear that. Where's the backing? We'll just use a number 2 pencil eraser for a backing. You talk about an infected earlobe.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
Yeah.
painful.
Well, hey, you mess with crazy people, you get crazy results. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then when I tried to get it done a better way, I had my wife, the crazy one anyhow, it's long.
Rose?
Well, nickname Rose, yeah. We go to Walmart and I get one of them, how you could buy the first time earring thing and it came with like the puncher thing that put the earring in at the same time. We sat there, we walked out of Walmart, got back in the car, sat there and put a dot on my earlobe where it needed to be. And that stupid bitch, she gets it all lined up. But when she goes to squeeze the thing, she jerks and it moves.
Oh my God.
Stuck it in the wrong place. It was like way up high up in my ear. Man, I'm like, what is your problem? I had to do it myself. I mean, come on.
Oh
But
my
anyhow,
gosh.
I'm over that. I ain't worried about earrings, nose rings, lip rings, chin
No, me
rings,
neither.
ding ding rings.
I've never I don't wear jewelry anymore. I mean,
I've never. Well, I tried, but it don't jive with me.
yeah.
My first wife, she was always, why don't you wear a wedding band? Well, the Air Force didn't want me wearing one when I was working because it was a hazard. And then I get out of the Air Force, right? And she's like, you're not in the Air Force anymore. I'm like, okay. So I got a wedding band on, right? I'm putting up a chain link fence. I got 50 foot of fence stretched out. I got all the posts up, but I got the whole 50 foot of fence stretched up, right? It decides to fall over. And guess what happens? Some of that chain link fence link decided to go in between my ring and my finger.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I got 50 foot of fence falling down. So I had to
oh my
fall
God.
down with it. And I sat there, and when I fell down with it, I sat there and I had to pull the fence out, and I pulled the ring off. And I sat there, and my wife was standing there, and I looked at her, and I said, "This is exactly why I don't wear jewelry."
Jewelry.
Yeah,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
didn't wear it anymore after that. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But it's
But
symbolic. Who cares? You know if you're married to somebody or not. You ain't got to have a daggone ring on. And the ring, just because you're out in public, you need that ring on to show people you're married. Well, let me tell you something. You put a wedding band on and go to the bar, you're going to have more chicks on you than you can, beat off a stick.
yeah, wedding rings never stopped
No,
guys. I know.
it's got to be the person that stops it. Get him, bite him, bite him. That gum, I gotta go to work in the morning, and it's this late. Uh-oh. Yeah, the white beater got home. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But yeah, man, I've had a crazy life, and I'm tired. I'm tired of experiencing that. I'm done. There ain't nothing here I want. I just want to go to the next level, whatever that is. I'm tired of this. I don't know, this beginner's level. I don't know. This crap here on this planet, or realm, or dimension, whatever you want to look at it as, sucks. I'm quiet 'cause I'm reading. Hang on. Yeah, exactly, Tashonka. That's why, man, I don't know. I can wear a necklace to an extent, but I don't do that anymore. I used to, man, I had like, what was that thing? 18 karat gold herringbone necklace. And man, this chick ripped off my neck and yanked it into 5 pieces, and she's lucky to be alive. She did. She yanked it off my neck, and it's I'm choking on pineapple upside down cake here. Yeah, and then after she pulled it off my neck, then I guess it was like doubled up, and then she had it between 2 fists and broke it again. It was like 5 pieces, and then she threw it out in the parking lot. Luckily, I came to. But yeah, I ain't worn a necklace since then, man. I had $300 for the necklace thrown out in the fucking parking lot and couldn't salvage any of it. I've had so many crazy experiences. It's just, and it's partially my fault. Well, not partially, 100% my fault, because I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of like this. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what happens. I mean, seriously, you don't know until you find out, right? So you just see what happens. Oh, you're welcome, man. I don't normally pick up Hitchhiker's Greg, but I'll make it exception. You drove tractor trailers and unloaded ships. Man, I've done a lot of stuff. That's like the guy that I'm working for. He's sitting there, he's just totally amazed at what I can do. And I'm like, man, dude. He's like, man, I ain't had anybody that I didn't have to. I mean, he come back there, the last body man he had, he said he had to come back there every half hour and instruct that guy on what he needed to do. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He goes, with you, I ain't got to do that. He says, you're always doing whatever you need to do. I'm like, well, hell yeah. I mean, I used to have my own company. Daggum. I was the company. I was the worker. I was the boss, and I wanted to quit so many times. And I wanted to fire me so many times, but I couldn't because it was just me. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I mean, damn. So he's kind of, and then he found out today because I told him because I'm messing with some roll bars. What he's doing is, you remember Back to the Future, and then at the end he had the Toyota 4-wheel drive with the roll bars and all that. You know, well, he's trying to make a look-alike 4x4 Toyota truck, and he's got these roll bars that don't exactly fit it, but I'm making them fit. I looked at him this morning. I said, "Look, I used to be a pipe fitter. I've been with the Boilermakers Union." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man," but he's just amazed at what I can do, and I'm not really doing anything. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just have the ability to do what I can do because I've done it. You know what I mean? Experience gets you, knowledge. And knowledge makes you, how can I say that? Experience gives you knowledge. And knowledge makes you wise. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this. I don't know where bang bang, well, I do know. It's time for her to get off the internet. Got some of that asshole that wants to be controlling. Man, I'm fixed to have to make me a little drive up. Where's that? Idaho? But yeah, man, y'all, look, I just don't know where I'm going to go with my channel. I think I'm just going to go like I am tonight. I'm not worried about politics. I'm not worried about what's going on in the sky anymore. I'm not worried about any of it. I'll talk about it. I don't care. I'm just to the point to where nothing matters anymore. Really doesn't. Because all of this shit is fake. Everything we're experiencing is just an experience. It's not real. Do y'all not realize that the creator, and see, they painted a different picture of what the creator is. The actual creator is a cool kind of guy, all right? And all you gotta do is be cool like him, or it, or however you want, But if you got understanding and you got compassion in your heart, you know, and you're not worried about the crap that's in this world and you want to keep it. Because I'm going to tell you, my dad passed away, right? And it just don't make sense to me. He was so worried about what he was leaving behind and where it would go. And I'm thinking, you know what? And this is how I've been. When I die, what I leave behind, y'all fight over it. I don't give a shit. I'm not attached to any of this. But my dad made a point to tell my brother that the carburetors and this, that, and the other, and is worth money. Don't let this happen, and this and that, and blah, 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 and blah. I mean, really? Is this world so important that you know you're about to die, that you need to tell people, hey, the stuff I've got that I'm fixing to leave behind, I need to make sure it's taken care of? I mean, that's what I get out of it. Why should you worry about anything you're leaving behind and it should be taken care of? That's the whole thing. This world, if you have any stock in it, if you're worried about any part of what this world has to offer, you're going to get stuck here. So please don't get stuck here. Don't worry about, hey, don't let these carburetors do this. Don't let this happen to that. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. You're fixing to die. You better get ready. You better sit there and get rid of anything that's attaching you here. Because if you're attached to one thing, you're stuck. And I'm not saying you're reincarnated. I'm not saying that, but somehow or another, the snake eating its tail is a big signal. You lost your heart. How did you lose your heart? Greg, I ain't got to drink. I can't. I tried to push it through the camera before, but it's never worked. Yeah, no, guys. I didn't realize it was this late. I gotta go work tomorrow. Wait, today's Monday? And I was sitting there, man, what's wrong with me? Oh, yeah, I don't give a crap anymore. I don't care, man. I ain't lying. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sorry to hear that, Tashanka, but I don't know what to say. I've got a son that's like 22 years old, and I've only seen him a total of maybe 9 months of his life. Yeah. Thank you, world. That's yours, man. I'm tired of it. Yeah, leave me behind. So, I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff from my childhood that is available to me. And before my dad died, he had COPD, so it was hard for him to breathe. But he tried to talk a lot because he talked a lot. And I tried to ease his talking because he was trying to explain to me how the wheel worked and everything. I'm like, look, we just wait till that day comes. But then when the day comes, the daggum wife of my dad, my stepmom, acts like there's no will. So what my dad wanted to happen after he died is not happening because he's got a greedy ass wife that decided that she would put herself before my dad's own real blood children. I mean, that's sad right there. That's greed. And I know that bitch will sit there and be stuck in this hell for a while until she finally figures it out. But I don't think she will because it looks like at the degree she is now, if she believes that way and can't, I mean, it's like she'll come back and do it over again, even worse. And then the next time, even worse, because she'll think she'll figure it out. But not that she'll know she's repeating herself. It's hard to explain, man. Snake eating its tail thing is crazy. What? I don't even know what Cisco is. Hey, watch woman of the dragon. How you doing? Yeah, you're in here before I went live. I'm about past out time. I need to go to bed. Yeah, man. I'm tired of it all, man. I'm tired of these stadium cops messing with me. I am. Usually when they stop me and they want to see my driver's license, it starts from there. I'm like, no, I'm not showing you my driver's license because the 14th and the 4th Amendment tells me I have safe passage. The 5th Amendment tells me I ain't got to tell you shit. And I go through that process, and it takes like 45 minutes when you go that route. So this route, I decided, all right, I'm showing my license, get the validation out of the way, and then we'll go from there. I even showed my insurance. Let's get this shit over with. That's why that video won. It was under 4 minutes. Normally, my traffic stops for 30 minutes because I got to school these MFers about the 14th and the 4th Amendment. Yeah. And then they tell me, well, if a state trooper stops you, I look at them and go, we'll go through the same ordeal. I'll school them on the 14th and the 4th Amendment about my freedom of travel on a public road. These speed limit signs and these driver's license and these tags and these insurance are truly only required for commercial vehicles, not me or any other citizen. Oh, you're one of them sovereign citizens. Mr. Copy. Do you not realize the Bill of Rights and the Constitution of the United States makes every person in this country a sovereign citizen? I mean, come on. They want sovereign citizen to be a bad thing, when in reality, that's what every American in America is supposed to be, is a sovereign citizen. But they don't want you educated. They don't want you understanding that you have the God-given rights of freedom. I'm just tired of it. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I'm trying to catch them on chat if I missed anything. I don't even know what I said that you're going to watch if you missed anything. I ain't worried about the speed guns. I know how that shit operates. Back in the 80s, if I got stopped by the law, I would sit there and tell them I want to see their radar gun. And they would have to take me back to their squad car and let me sit in the front seat and look at that radar gun. And I go, how do I know that is me? You know what I mean? You always put a question on any of it. If they're saying you did this, ask them how. You know what I mean? Ask them how. My dad, I know for a fact, my dad, one time, and it's a long time ago, but he had a 99 Corvette. It was basically a Z06 that wasn't a Z06. And he's coming out of the town of Oakland, Tennessee, the biggest speed trap in the state of Tennessee. He's coming out of Oakland, Tennessee. He's got cars going past him. I mean, he's driving the speed limit. He's got cars that are going above the speed limit going past him. and he gets pulled over for speeding. You know why? Because he was in a Corvette. Yeah, it's just bullshit. I'm tired of it all. Who's Jarhead? Yeah, I mean, one time I was traveling up to Trenton, Tennessee, man. There's like these other two cars, and I don't know, they start playing the game. I'm just trying to make up time and distance, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make a mile a minute. And these jokers started thinking I was speeding with them or whatever. And next thing I know, there's a state trooper hiding down underneath the shade tree. That joker comes walking out on the median, and he's telling everybody to stop. Hell, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Them two motherfuckers knew they were doing something wrong. They stopped. I kept on going. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I was trying to make it from point A to point B. And you know what? I don't care. I really don't. Head gone. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back into the house or not. I didn't realize in that short amount of time of refilling, the refill is empty. My. Hang on. Let's see if we got some music. There we go. Make us women and men, or woman man, or man woman, or lesbian trapped in a man. What was John Cougar? Oh, I'm sorry, John Mellencamp. He don't like being called John Cougar anymore. Oh yeah, life goes on. Uprooting is gone. I can't get the tune in here. I think it's been a little bit too much. C2H5OH, which is ethanol alcohol. Pineapple time. But I'm gonna sit there. You know what? I might just chill out the rest of the night. Who knows? I'm not sleepy for the first time in a long time.
You can listen to Max Radio online at radio734.com or download the free radio.
My daggone earbuds started feeling funny, and turns out it was some sort of beetle climbing up on my ears. That was freaky. Listen to the words. They're telling us secret messages. Life was a miracle. Listen to the words, y'all. These people sold their souls to be famous and realize what they've done. And they're trying to warn everybody. The flesh is the one to beat. That's what he said. Please tell me who I am. I mean, think about it, who are we? Radical. Fanatical. Criminal. Listen to the words. Look, they done messed up and sold their soul, and they're like, you know what? We got a loophole here. We can sing about the truth. We can try to deliver the real, truth of what's going on. Let's look. Watch Home of the Dragons. If you haven't figured it out by now, the devil has used Jesus as a tool to recruit more lost souls. In Genesis, God said, worship no other gods than me. If you're worshiping Jesus, you're making Jesus a God, before the Creator, before the great time. So think about it. All I'm saying, think about it. Roll it around in your mind. Why would in the beginning of the Bible God say, worship no other gods than me? Because there are other gods. And then they used a man of this world. And I'm not saying he wasn't God's son. But what I'm saying is, he is not God to be worshipped. He was just an example of how to get to God. People need to understand this life. People need to understand that man has been brainwashed into believing Jesus is the Savior. But Jesus is the Savior because he showed us how to live to make it to God. But Jesus is not to be worshipped. God is the only God that shall be worshipped above any gods. God is the greatest God, even above Jesus. Do y'all not understand that? You not get it? Jesus has been developed as a tool to deceive. Jesus was an example of how to live your life to get to God, not to be worshipped to get to God. So that's the whole thing. You don't worship Jesus to get to God. You talk to God one-on-one. You don't sit there and have to go through Jesus or Mary or St. James or St. Peter or whatever it is you think you got to go through to get to God. You go straight to God. You get on that daggone red phone, you go, hey, God, it's me, John Boy. Hey, I need a favor. Or, hey, can you do this? Or, hey, I love you, God. I mean, that is how it's supposed to be. Not, hey, Jesus, could you tell God? No. You don't go through anybody else but God. You direct line contact. There ain't no intermediate. You got to go through this person to get to that person to get to that person. I mean, come on. Y'all need to straighten up and figure it out. I'm sorry I ran it, but man, that's the biggest misconception there's ever been put on this planet, to sit there and steal souls, make you worship a false god. Jesus is a false god. Y'all not understand? I'm sorry, watch on the dragon, but that brought it out of me. When you mention Jesus, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with where we're going. Jesus, the only thing he's got to do with where we're going. He tried to show us how to live in this realm, in this reality, in this world. How to live here to get to God. I mean, even when Jesus rose from the tomb, to show you can overcome death. And was it Peter that bowed down before him? And Jesus said, "Do not bow down before me, because he is not worthy." I mean, come on, people. Put your heads together, get your mind straight. Understand how shit gets twisted by the devil. Yeah, it might be religious. It might be what the churches say, but it's wrong. You don't worship Jesus, you worship God. Thank Jesus for the example he set. Give Jesus his props, but don't worship him. I mean, it's that simple. And once you realize that, you ain't got to worry about dying, because when you die, you know where you're going. Because I'm telling you, God knows, I know, that Jesus was an example of how I should live my life. And I've tried the best I can to love everybody and not have any hatred or ill thought or whatever. And that's hard to do. And forgiveness. But that is what Jesus taught. And that's what you have to be like God. Because God have to have forgiveness. Because he's the one that's got to forgive us for the sins we've done until we realize we need to repent and change ourselves. I mean, I ain't mean to preach y'all. But that young man, this whole world's twisted everything, and people don't realize it, because religion is religion. You gotta believe religion. Yeah, really? All you gotta do is believe there's one almighty creator called I Am, because he is, you see. But, you know, who am I? I'm just that young hillbilly out here in West Tennessee. I'm not sipping on a little moonshine. I know Jesus is real, the Holy Spirit is real, and God is real. Yes, yes, yes. But you only worship God. All right? That's the whole thing. There is no intermediate anything. Direct line to God. Jesus came down here and did his ceremonial cleanse the world through the blood. I understand all that. I understand all that. But all that equals out to is worship God. Jesus is a false God on this planet, or this world, or this realm, or this earth, or whatever you want to call whatever it is we're in right now. Jesus hated religion because it's a strict set of rules. You got to believe one way or the other. And if you don't believe their way, you're out. Exactly. That's why Jesus hated religion. Because it limited you. It kept you from God. And now, but everybody thinks that all these Christians, Baptists, Methodists, Jehovah's, whatever, Catholic, whatever brand religion is all based on worshiping Jesus. And if you get into the Catholic religion, they believe you got to pray to Mary and St. Peter and St. James and everybody else because God's too busy. If God knows the number of birds that are in the air and the number of birds that are at rest and how many hairs are on each of our heads at one time, I think he's capable of hearing each of our prayers. We don't need somebody that, hey Jesus, I'm gonna pray to you. Will you take that message to God? Yeah, I get it to him when you ain't too busy. That's bullshit. God is everywhere. God is alive. God is in everything. And God, we are God. God, no, how can I explain this? I'm not saying we're gods. I'm saying we are part of God. And the bad part of God has got to get out of God's body. And the good part of God stays in God's body. All right? So, because I believe in God, and I believe Jesus was from a virgin conception and born, and he was God's son, and he came to this earth, and he preached, or maybe I shouldn't say preached, he taught the ways to be in favor with God and how God wants us to be. Jesus was sent here to be an example of how mankind should be. Jesus wasn't sent here to be worshiped. He was sent here to show us an example, and then he had to finish the ceremony by shedding his blood for the world in order for us to be able to make it to God. He had to break the death sentence. I don't know, man. Y'all, it's crazy. Yeah, we're one body. That's what I'm saying. And you got antibodies and you got virus. The devil's the virus. Satan's the virus, all right? And godly people are the antivirus. And godly people that are against evil are the ones that's going to make it to heaven. But if you believe you got to worship Jesus, you're fucked. It's just that simple.
Let freedom rock. Starting
All
Friday.
right.
Celebrating on Asia's birthday with a rockin' 70s.
I probably went far and beyond where anybody can comprehend.
Classic car auction.
If you live the life I've lived, you'd understand. I mean, we all go through what we go through to experience and understand what we. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm all wrong, but if I've been questioning why people are worshiping Jesus since I was 5 years old, when at the age of 5 I understood you should worship no other God than God, because God said that in Genesis. And then all of a sudden, the New Testament, it changes everything. It did, but it didn't. Because God said, worship no other God than me. So Jesus just came here to confirm, worship God. I don't know how many times he's told people, do not bow down to me. Do not worship me. Out of his own mouth in the words in the Bible. And people still worship him today. And don't make sense. Don't make sense. Jesus said, don't worship me. But everybody worships him. I mean, really? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just too stupid. Maybe I'm just a dumb hillbilly that just don't understand the words that I read right into my mind with my eyeballs. I mean, but Kenneth Copeland told me that if I didn't worship Jesus, I wouldn't make it to heaven. Who is Kenneth Copeland? He's a man. He's a man deceiving many because he sold his soul. He knew how to get rich and do it religiously. And so many. Creflo Dollar. There's another one. What did he preach about? Prosperity. How you can get rich. If you just send me a tenth of your income, you will become like me. You know how many people got poor giving that man a tenth of their income? You know who got rich? Creflo. Creflo Dollar. Why do you think his last name was Dollar? You know what I'm saying? But, I'm just stupid ass hillbilly here, and yet, West Tennessee. But I'm just trying to explain to y'all, and people, they reject it. They reject it with every ounce of their fiber that you got to worship Jesus. According to somewhere in Genesis, God said, worship no other God than him. Even if Jesus is God's son, you still should not worship him, because God said, worship nobody else but God. I mean, so where does one thing in the Bible trump out God's beginning commandment of worshiping no other God than him? I mean, really? Where in there did it say, oh, Jesus is here? That means we worship Jesus now, not God. But to get to God, we got to go to Jesus. I mean, come on. That's so corny. So stupid. Don't make sense. I don't understand it. Like I said, I was lucky enough. I went to a church that did not have a building. All right, they went to people's homes. And these preachers had nothing but what the congregation bought them. They loaned them cars. They bought them clothes. They had nothing. All right. And they went out in pairs and preached the gospel. But they were preaching, and I remember, because I start remembering when I was 3, right? I realized who I was when I was 3. I realized I was somewhere I didn't know where I was at. And I remember being taken to church, which, like I said, was not in a building. It was in a home. And I remember listening, and luckily, I guess, from my remembering, they started in Genesis in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And I remember God said, worship no other God than me. Well, by the time I was 5, we're up in Jesus times or whatever, right? And they're saying you gotta worship Jesus. Well, I'm 5 years old. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I remember that God said, worship no other God than me. And now they're telling me I gotta worship Jesus before God. Well, that don't make no sense. Why would God say, worship no other God than me? And now I got preachers telling me I gotta worship Jesus in order to get to God. Didn't make sense. So I've been questioning and questioning and questioning. You know, I'm like 53 years old now, right? I was 3 years old when I realized that I was alive in this world. So that means for the last 50 years, I have been asking, what is it? Where am I? And why am I here? And then during my understanding of what this is and why I'm here, I hear about God. And God created this earth. And, you know, on the seventh day, he rested. But during that period, man, he's like, worship no other God than me. And then I got to the New Testament. And then there's this star. And there's 3 wise men. And there's this ruler looking for the firstborn. And he was killing all of them. And this couple had to run off to Bethlehem so they could get out of the territory or whatever, be safe, and have their firstborn, because the firstborn is supposed to be killed. That firstborn became the Messiah. It was the Son of God from a virgin mother. All right? I'm going to believe that. And this child that was born was the true Son of God. Okay? I'm going to believe that. And this true Son of God, when he got of a certain age, started preaching the message about God and how to get to God. Okay, I'm going to believe that. I'm going to believe everything he said. Because if you got enough faith, you walk on water. You know what? That's true. You got enough faith, you can calm a storm. If you have enough faith. And that's what Jesus was showing us. We have the power to control what our environment is. Okay? And Jesus, I don't know how many times told people not to worship him. And I mean, how can you? I mean, it's written, unless the Mandela changes it. But anyhow, I know I've gone way out there. Blah, blah, blah. Well, if you want to look at Jesus as an attorney, but it ain't like that. You know how many times I've gone to the actual man's court and represented myself and beat the rap? Because when I represent me, I represent the truth. And when I go into a court of law with the truth, there's no denying it, and everything's got to be dismissed. So Jesus isn't really your attorney. He was your example. People need to understand Jesus was an example of how to live in this realm, in this world. Turn the other cheek. Be slow to wrath. But Jesus did wrath. Did he not overturn tables? You know why he did that? Because these people are making a business out of religion, man. You didn't have to bring the best of your flock to sacrifice. Man, these people had the best of the flock you could buy and sacrifice. I mean, come on, man. It's all a gimmick. It's been a gimmick since the beginning. I hope Bang Bang's all right. She ain't been in chat or nothing. You know, I'm sick of. I see all this stuff happening to people in real life, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. When you're on the outside looking in, you can see everything. When you're on the inside dealing with it, you can't see anything. If that makes any sense. Well, I ain't saying he ain't worthy to open the seals. He's the Son of God. I mean, come on. Y'all just don't get it, though. Y'all don't get the Jesus was a good thing, but the devil in this world with mankind has corrupted Jesus. Like, I mean, I put a post up a while back. If Jesus had been crucified in an electric chair, would all the churches, steeples have electric chairs on top of them? You see what I'm saying? Why is Christianity represented by a cross, an execution device? I mean, come on, that's a symbol, that's a carven image, and people don't get it. God said, worship no carven images. But look how many people got a cross on their neck. I bet at least 3 of y'all out here in the chat got a cross on your neck. Maybe even have a cross on your ring. It's a carven image. People just don't get it. Right? We are love. Some more.
I've been driving all night, man, went on the wheel.
Man, I'm out of here. I know what I'm missing. Oh, radar. I forgot I had coffee over here in the big room. Look, I'm gonna tell a story. When I was about 12 years old, I'll never forget this dream. And the dream, if I can paint it for you, was there's a red background with black silhouette, right? And then the black silhouette was a big rock I was standing on. And while I was standing on that big rock of truth, I was fighting the devil. I was 12 years old. I remember this dream. I'll never forget it. I was in a fight for my life, my eternal life. At 12 years old in a dream. All red in the background and just black, showing me and the devil fighting on top of a big rock. and I won. I don't know where I go from there, but that's the dream I had when I was 12. And I believe that's the beginning of my fight. And I've been fighting the devil ever since. Because he said, look, God allowed, look, the devil comes strolling through heaven one day. He goes, hey, God, I'll make a bet with you that Job will turn his back against you. And God said, I'm willing to make that bet with you. He goes, I know Job will not. He goes, but there's some rules, Mr. Devil. You cannot kill Job. And the devil's like, okay, we got a bet. So the bet went on. Joe wound up with boils all over his entire body, from the soles of his feet to the top of his head. He lost I don't know how much farmland, livestock, and family due to dadgum storms and famines and whatever else. God allowed the devil to dash on them. And Job never once sat there and faltered from believing in God. All right, that's all right. So I'm not going to let this make believe. You got to worship Jesus. Lead me the wrong way. I give Jesus his props. Jesus set an example. Jesus showed us how to live to make it to God. But I'm not worshiping Jesus. I'm worshiping God. I'm worshiping Jesus' Father, the head honcho of it all. Y'all don't get to do. You know, Job was restored sevenfold, which to me, in my worldly look of it, is how would 7 times what you had cover the family members that you lost? You see, wrong. I mean, I look at it like that. I'm like, all right. So he was restored sevenfold. He had 7 times what he had before the shit happened. But to me, I'm like, I'd prefer to have what I had. I didn't want to lose a family. I ain't worried about the crops and the farms and the grain bins and whatever else was lost. It's those individuals, because individuals make a difference. I don't know what difference I might make. Maybe I'll say something will click in somebody's head and go, oh, now I see. That's all I'm saying. I'm content with where I'm at because I know I'm on the right track. And I'm not trying to tell you, hey, if you worship Jesus, go right ahead. In your next cycle, I hope you realize that you're not supposed to worship Jesus. I mean, it's that time. And either you might realize that, but something else changes. I mean, I ain't saying I believe in reincarnation. There's a reason why people do believe in reincarnation. It's because the snake's eating the tail. And there's a lot of ancient stuff shows snake eating the tail. Snake eating the tail means you recycle. Until you figure out how to get out of that recycle loop, you're stuck in it. And that's a hell of its own. Bang, bang, where you at? Man, I bet that dickhead come home and he's like, "You're on the internet again?" And place slammed everything and broke everything, and then she's being nice and not reporting any of it. I tell you what, Pepper, I'm fixing to make a trip up there. I ain't lying, man. I have been set on trip mode, and I'm willing to make a 24-hour drive wherever I need to go, and that'll cover pretty much all the United States. So if somebody need me to show up, just let me know, give me an address, and I'll be there. I ain't lying, man. I'm ready. There's something telling me I got a long trip ahead of me. I thought I had one 2 weeks ago, but they got caught up in the world, evidently. Kansas girl puts up a lot of daggone videos. She never comments on any of mine, but I watch hers. And I try to make a point to show I watched it by putting the eyeballs up. That's why I just put eyeballs up. Why do I need to say anything? I'm tired of saying stuff. That's why I'm tired of live streaming. I'm tired of videoing. I'm tired of it all because I've done all I can do. There's nothing more I can do. Y'all got to figure it out on your own. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you got to believe this and you got to believe that. And if I have been saying that, I apologize. This is what I believe, not what you should believe. Anything I've said during this live stream is what I believe, not what you should believe. You got to make a discernment for yourself. And that's why I'm where I'm at, because I've sat there and rattled this stuff in my mind for all these years. And I've come to, and look, I have a long time ago, and let me think, 1991. I was standing in front of a bar in the parking lot on Summer Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. And I looked at the front of the bar and the name of it, Sweets 4x4 Lounge. And then I looked straight up in the sky and I said, well, God, so I'm fixing to take a break from you. I'm fixing to experience what the world's got to offer. So I'll see you later. And then I walked in the front door. 4 years later, I ain't gonna lie, 4 years later, I was like, all right, I'm done, God. But God didn't hear me. 6 years later, God, I'm done with that stuff, man. Come on. He didn't hear me. 10 years later, hey, God, hey, look, I'm not doing that stuff anymore. That was like 6 years ago. Could you start showing me some favor, God? 20 years later, God, I've been back for a long time now, and I'm not getting any response from you. I mean, I let you know I was leaving you, and then I let you know I was back. And it's been over 10 years I've been back, and I still ain't heard a word from you. 30 years later, God, are you there? Hello? I know I sat there and told you I was fixing to turn my back on you. I only did that for 4 years. Or 18 years later, and you still haven't acknowledged that I'm here. Present day. Hey, God, a long time ago in 1996, I said I'm back. Have you not acknowledged me yet, God? I'm back. I told you in 1996. Hey, look, I'm through seeing what the world's got to offer. I did it for years. I'm back. I'm full-heartedly yours. I believe in you. I believe in truth and everything. You know, love. Hello. I'm still waiting for an answer. Never turn your back on God, even if you tell him you're gonna do it temporarily, because evidently he is jealous. He's not a jealous God, but he's a jealous God. He's not. He's a just God, but yet he'll flood the earth and kill everything on it. I mean, come on. JJ and AJ Gaming Squad, how you doing? Hey, look. I gotta apologize. I've gone a little too far. Yeah. Jesus is there. Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I need more people to stop by. I need more people to spread the message that John Boy is out there speaking the truth. And I need to get out of this shadow band I've been in for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And Dragon Mom, I love everybody. I love you. I love everybody out here that's sitting there hanging with me. Because, you know, I'm speaking a lot of crazy shit that sits there and goes against anything anybody believes, because they have been indoctrinized into believing that you got to worship Jesus Christ to get to God. And that's not the case. Be thankful for Jesus for showing an example, but don't be worshiping Jesus. That's the whole key to it. Don't worship God. Thank God for Jesus. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for God, there wouldn't be a Jesus. Yeah, I mean, do y'all not get that? God trumps everything, including Jesus, and an indoctrination that the world has believed you to believe Jesus is. Yeah, Jesus is a savior by example, not by worshiping. I mean, come on. It's that simple. I mean, it's that fine of a line. Believe in Jesus' preachings. Believe in Jesus' teachings. Believe Jesus was the Son of God. Believe Jesus was born of a virgin woman. Believe all that to the fullness of your heart. But you better believe the only God you should worship is the Creator, the great I am, the Father of Jesus, is the only God that shall be worshipped. If you start worshiping Jesus, you make God second class. And people don't understand that. And I done spilled pineapple all over my keyboard. Oh my goodness. What's that gonna do? I'm trying to wipe it off, y'all. I mean, it should evaporate. It's pretty high octane. Who's going to bed? Nighty night, honey. Little runaway Bon Jovi. You know what? Screw it, man. I gotta go to work tomorrow and I don't really care. I mean, I do care. Gotta do my job. Dude ain't got to worry about paying me for what I've done, because whatever I've done is worth it. For real. I mean, I don't worry about anything. All right. I stop worrying. Because there's nothing worth worrying about in this world. The only thing worried about is your soul and where you're headed with it. And until people understand that they should dedicate their soul to God, strictly 100%, all energy to God, and not worship a false God, which mankind on this earth, in this world, has made Jesus. Y'all can say this is blasphemy all you want, but it's not. Because all you got to do is read the Bible yourself. I know there's at least 3 times Jesus told people not to worship him, Jesus, because he was not worthy. Worship the Father. But every modern day religion tells you you must worship Jesus. Well, if you're worshiping Jesus, you're canceling out your chance to go to heaven. I mean, it's that simple. If you're tricked into believing the only way to God is through Jesus, then you're fucked. Oh, I'm starting to get raw. Well, yeah, Jesus and the Father are one. Yeah, and the Holy Ghost. Don't forget that. The trilogy. Ooh, let's get on the trilogy theory. All it boils down to is the number one thing we got to remember is God is number one. God is our number one priority. But this is my problem with it. And this is where I think it's twisted. I can't see me spending my eternity worshiping God. If this, what I'm going through now, is why I should be worshiping Him, then go fuck yourself. Because I ain't experienced anything pleasurable here on this world. Seriously. Go Pink Floyd. Let's take a break. He's gonna tell us a message. This is the world. Just a little injection will make you feel so much better. There is no pain. You always see. It's just a horizon.
And you may be a little sick. Cancer. It's time to go.
You know what? About 4 years ago, I told my dad, I said, you know what? I am God's court jester. When God wants to laugh, he sits there and affects my life. And he sits there and basically pulls me in front of his throne and laughs at my life. All right? That's how bad I got it.
You can listen to 92.3 The Hog online at
You can listen to 92 The Hog online.
Dyersburg, where they always
Look, I'm gonna get off there in a minute. I don't know when. I don't really care. But I'm fixing to call somebody. And I'm fixing to make a difference in somebody's life. It's been put upon my heart to do this. So therefore I will. And I hope you're ready, whoever it is.